Welcome back, denizens of the Omniverse, for episode 7 of season 2 of Fallout the series. This is the penultimate episode of the season, and after last episode, like, Lucy's still with her father after that whole little song and dance with the brainwashed denizens there that he's been experimenting on as he played this kind of like social experiment with her, kind of put her at the forefront of it. Like, I still feel like that was all purposeful, orchestrated, just to kind of prove his point. But we don't really have any confirmation of that just yet. But she did have to cave and hit the button and take over the two that were rampaging there within the command center there. Meanwhile, Cooper, the Ghoul, has been dumped off. He's been healed, but dumped off where Maximus and Thaddeus managed to stumble upon him. So that interesting little trio has now been united. And they now have cold fusion because Maximus has that in hand. He was bringing it to Lucy. And obviously Cooper needs to get back into the city now that he has hard confirmation that his daughter and his wife are both still alive. And then also we got that whole flashback sequence about who the other player is, where it's the Enclave and Barb's involvement there and how they've both been trying to navigate this oncoming apocalypse, for better, for worse, and the way that they've chosen to each navigate this. And there's still some gaps in there for sure that I'm excited for us to fill out, especially whatever is going on with this with what we're seeing with Hank right now, and then this FEV program, especially after that confrontation that Coop had with this super mutant who is trying to rally any kind of allies who have been infected by the Enclave in one way, shape, or form to kind of find them and take them out. So that's kind of like where we're building up towards, because we know they're still in operation, because Michael Emerson had to evacuate them. We saw him last episode as well in the flashback. And, you know, we know they're still doing whatever they're doing wherever he escaped from initially. So lots of fun little stuff coming all together. I'm curious to see how all these puzzle pieces eventually inevitably connect. So with that all said, let's get ready to hop in. If you want to see the full reaction to this, if you want to get early access, you can do all that over on Patreon, where you can watch this without any of the bullshit we got to do to get this stuff posted on YouTube. You get the same thing for all the other shows and movies we cover on the channel. You also can suggest and vote about movies to react to each month. This is a great way to support the channel, help us do things we do over here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. Please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. Huge shout out to the team over at Prepper for helping me edit down these highlights for you guys here on YouTube. And with that all said and out of the way, let's get ready to hop into episode 7, The Handoff. Here we go. Uranium City internment camp. Interesting. Oh, come on now. Well, we got Canadian and whoa! Holy shit! So she's an escapee from a Canadian internment camp. Managed to infiltrate Vought and get herself into a vault.
I know I raised you Catholic. You forget all that, okay? You forget everything those people ever said.
You're coming with me.
Now you get south of that border and you cling to the highest branch you can find, and you survive.
Oh man, and survive she did. Jeez! Wow. Oh. That was good.
Don't think of them as human beings. Think of them as Americans.
Oh my God. I love that, because it's like the scrubbing is like trying to clean or wash it away, but then the blood is still there. Yo. Oh God. That was a wild opening. Getting a little bit insight into her past and all of this, and look at this. Looks like we're still in full production over here. Yeah, with like, from what I understand, Canada was forcibly annexed into the 51st state. And then we see that they took some of them and put them in internment camps.
One way to
She
save
broke
the world.
out, went in, and that resentment never
Wrong.
went away. It even drove her.
What does it do to their brains?
Tidies things up a bit, cleans the memory of the horrors they've experienced. This dial controls how much amnesia they have, and the mainframe implants new ideas in their heads, turning these wastelanders into well-meaning, good people.
How do you pick and choose what memories get erased? Because the way he made it seem was like he was going to wipe out everything, not just the horrors. But the horrors are included in everything, so it's not like a lie that he's saying, but it's not exactly the truth.
Well, we have to destroy the mainframe which programs the boxes, and that's in the basement.
How do I get there?
It's a bit of a hike. Let's take the golf cart.
What's a golf cart?
Oh. Luzzi, this is gonna be fun.
God.
There you go. All right. That's good.
Oh, it's like he's teaching her to drive, kind of. It's this weird, fucked up father-daughter, like, coming of age moment.
Two pedals.
I know, but you just use one foot for both pedals.
That doesn't make any sense.
You'll get it.
I think everybody's been in that position. Asked that same question, rebutted that same way.
Okay, I need water and I need potassium.
Make an explosive? What if you don't have potassium?
I can make do with,
Come on, you got this.
He's testing her.
Oh, mind the floor. I just mopped.
Oh, it's the guy from up top.
Thank you.
It ain't right, man. It ain't right. I don't like it.
You know, the Legion is still out there.
I know.
They're gonna hurt a lot of people.
Uh-oh, she's now reconsidering because she saw what it did to him.
We could stop them, Luzzi.
At what cost? Fuck. It's working. Howdy, fellow ghoul.
Hey, just a couple of ghouls, am I right? We're going the wrong direction. Vegas is that way.
You want to save the girl, you're going to have to get into an impenetrable vault. To get there, you're going to have to cross the strip. You want to cross the strip, you're going to have to kill a pack of death claws. You need to kit up.
Oh, we're on a equipment
I
mission.
see why you two got along so well.
Yeah, why's that?
'Cause you ask a lot of goddamn questions. I got a question for you. How do you have that?
Whoa, okay.
Open your hand.
This is for Lucy. She's a good person. She'll do the right thing with it.
I love that he trusts her so much like that. Oh, look at that. Aw, Coop.
Thanks for helping my friend get back to his hotel room.
Not to worry, sir.
I love too because like even in the last episode when he was trying to remind himself, that was the first time we ever heard him refer to himself as Cooper Howard, was when he was trying to remember, when he was trying to hang on, when he was trying to avoid or stave off the ghoulification. And so it's Lucy in a way has allowed him to reconnect with a version of himself that he's kind of like long since buried. And I think some part of that is in part by her kind of bringing out that kind of, you know, naive, hopeful, bright-eyed kind of optimism that he once had here, that the wasteland kind of burned away on top of, you know, losing his family, losing everything in the wake of everything that happened between here and where we caught up with him ourselves. And, you know, it's just, but now that he's on the cusp of finding them, it's almost like all of that is finally starting to melt away because it's on the horizon. He might be able to get that back. One, reclaim who he is, reclaim his family, and there's a lot of these barriers that have been kind of starting to blur, to crack, to weaken, that he's built up like calluses over the course of this journey. And then that just little like, that he gave Maximus here, because it's sort of got another person that kind of butts against his perspective on everything. And it's that golden rule she keeps talking about, and how her being out here and doing her thing in this protagonist kind of way, almost this shonen-like kind of way, is inspiring good in other people. Like even him at this point too.
Hey, seen your face on those billboards for the vaults?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what?
Do you have any idea how a gal on minimum wage can get into one?
Well, look at this.
Maybe the best thing that we can hope for is that enough people do the right thing so that the vaults aren't necessary.
See, there's that hopeful optimism.
Do you know how I could get a job at Vault Tech?
Ask him.
God, how all of these... I want to come back on something too. I saw this interesting... I can't remember if it wasn't a comment on one of my videos, and I don't remember if it was a Twitter post or if it was a article headline where they were talking about, you know, the revelation that Michael Emerson's character from the Enclave was also somebody that was here pre-detonation. You know, that, oh, it's almost like burning through the... like the good, well, no, what was the way it was put, that the magic's kind of wearing off now that so many, it's almost like the same argument people have with all the people that survive Order 66, in this way that a lot of people we're seeing in the flashbacks are still players in the present day, as if cryogenics isn't wildly implemented in a lot of vaults. I mean, hell, I mean, that's the whole point. Like in Fallout 4, with you, your wife, your kid, had the inciting incident of that game not happened, they would have also been an entire vault's worth of people who were there pre-bombs, who would have woken up 200 plus odd years later. It's not uncommon, but I just thought that was an interesting thing that I read thinking back to this, because we got her here. Obviously, we got Hank, we got Betty, we got Coop, his wife, his daughter, all these people who had a hand in a lot of this before the bombs dropped and are still major players in what's going on long after they've dropped. And that's by design. How do you guys feel about it? Do you think it's just kind of like, oh, there's too much of it? Or, I mean, we're watching, like, the show, unlike a lot of the games, is diving into the backbone of what kind of structures the entire mythos in a lot of ways. So I think here it makes more sense than anywhere else, but it's also just well-founded throughout the games that this is a pretty common thing that could take place, especially when you're looking at these untainted vaults. But that's just my thought as a casual. I'd love to know your all's thoughts. God, seeing all this stuff while it was alive and bright. Oh, it's the Congresswoman.
Thank you very much for meeting me.
Thank you for bailing me out of jail.
I know you're a good person. Robert House wants to die out so he can live forever. And Vault-Tech gets the bombs in exchange. And when they do that,
They'll be the only ones left, and that's what they want.
Yep, she's in the know.
What would you do with infinite energy?
Give it away to the public.
I know how it's being transported. No offense, but
No, I get it. I wouldn't give it to me either.
I mean, we know it ends up with the Enclave. We know Barb works for the Enclave.
How would you feel about giving it directly to him?
You can get me a meeting with the president.
Yes.
What if she's with the Enclave?
Give him the diode, and we can put an end to 25 years of resource wars tonight.
This feels like a move from the other player. I don't know. I don't know. But then again, well, I don't know. It's a New California Republic storage house. Yeah. I saw the NCR helmet over there too, or at least one of them. You see the banners everywhere as well, like a little holdout. Still completely stocked up. Well, what is that?
I'm sure you probably know this, but I'm actually kind of new to all this ghoul stuff. Still got my nose. That's the worst thing, really, is just waiting for it to fall off. Just hurry it up already. You know?
Dude, just shut up.
This is normal, right?
Whoa! No. I don't think so, at least. That's something else. Yeah, you might not be a ghoul. I don't know.
You want to get your girlfriend, you're going to need some weapons to take down some death claws. You want what's in this room. You got to get me what's in your pocket.
It's for Lucy.
So you want to give that thing to a good person so they can save the world. I understand.
Did he try that once?
In all my years, I've only ever seen one man come out on top in Vegas. We got to do it like he did.
And what's that exactly?
Yo!
Rig the game.
Ah, we gotta play the player. We're gonna have to make a trade-off and then get it back. Make him think he won and then whatever. No. That's gotta mean a lot to him.
Back where you started.
Shady Sands with the NCR. Yeah, dude. That's like a full circle moment for him. Independent of the Brotherhood, but still power armor the way he looked up to the soldiers before, but the soldiers that raised him. Well, not, and we're, well.
And if we let him go, he could come back and try and kill us.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait, I'm actually pretty sure that the Vault-Tec handbook says that impersonating management is punishable by death.
What? Are you fucking kidding me?
The Vault-Tec handbook says that, I mean.
And if, you know, that's protocol.
I'm just gonna take your word for it.
No. This can't be good for your brain.
Oh my god.
So I saw we're getting married tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm just curious.
I'm working.
I want to know what her game is currently. This always unnerves me anytime I have to pluck something out of the disposal. Wait. No.
Have you seen Woody lately?
Woody's been sent on a leadership exchange program in Vault 31.
Sure, he has. Was. Just shoving it back down there? Okay.
Water rationing remains in effect until further notice. Showers are outlawed. And so is flushing the toilet.
Oh no. Oh, is she gonna finally cave and give Steph, yeah, Hank's keepsake box? We're gonna figure out what's in there.
Henry, you and your secrets.
Hold up, has it been Henry the entire time or is it Hank? It's Hank MacLachlan, right? Not Henry. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Why was she saying Henry?
I just want these people to live in peace.
The deal was for the water, Betty.
Not for peace.
I can't speak for the future.
Oh God.
That's bigger than us.
Yeah, What is she cooking, dude? She's on some kind of long con revenge quest of some kind. Playing along just to survive as long as she needs to. Yo, let's go.
Why are they looking at us like that?
Never underestimate the power of brand recognition.
Yeah. The NCR has got a reputation around here, man. Oh, it's like what he had as a kid. And this time it's him. Oh. Oh, they want to move back in. Dude, this is awesome.
Only about 50 yards to those steps, but those things are quick. Understood. Sniper, get up on that roof.
Whoa! His fucking arm just fell off.
This sort of thing happens to folks like us all the time, right?
Yeah, maybe you should hang back this time, Thaddeus.
You sure?
Your arm fell off.
Yeah!
I get the finger on the trigger, then I can get this situated.
Yeah, we don't have time for this. That's not normal, right? Not like for ghouls. He got juiced up with something else. I'm near certain of it. Oh, she's siding with her dad. Why is it just on? She hasn't uncuffed him still. And again, that other Legionnaire.
Do you remember me?
Yes. This morning.
No, from the hill where we first met.
Oh.
Do you remember the New California Republic?
Yeah, she's gonna learn. It's not just the horrors, it's all of it.
New California Republic, just like the Legion. They all have their problems. Luzzi, high taxes, expansionist tendencies, unpopular foreign policy, trust me. You'll understand when you're older. Luzzi, no.
Yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go. She woke up.
You're not a fudging idiot.
Yeah, she was able to see through his lies. Yeah, like what's the... Oh, hey, yeah, oh, let's go. I hope she doesn't, again, I hope nothing bad happens to her for helping him.
This is MacLachlan from Vault 33.
Oh, is he gonna go
Luzzi,
through?
If you're out there.
The open radio.
I need your help.
I hope that's recording. But yeah, it's just like, what's the point of peace if we're deleting their humanity? They're basically just being enslaved.
Why didn't you tell me?
And wiped away.
Why didn't you tell us the truth?
Shit. Fuck. It's that, what's the cost of peace if we eradicate what makes us us?
Do you, Overseer Stephanie Harper, take Vault Dweller Chet to be your lawfully wedded husband?
I do.
And do you, Vault Dweller Chet, take Overseer Steph to be your wife? I don't. I now pronounce you...
I don't.
Oh, shit.
It just seemed like the only time that I was gonna have a lot of witnesses around.
Yeah?
I don't think that Woody is in Vault 31. I think that Steph hurt him. I found his glasses in our garbage disposal.
That is a serious accusation. Where are these glasses?
In the garbage disposal.
In the disposal.
Cold feet's normal. Let's continue with the ceremony.
No! Steph was not born in Vault 31. She's 200 years old. And she's not even from America. She's Canadian.
My God! Oh my Lord.
Who are you, Steph?
Now what? Oh, and it's flashing back to her escape from when she was younger. That's wild. That's cool. That's neat. Because now it's like she's got to survive again. She's running away. She's hid amongst the Americans as long as she could. Kept her head above water as long as she could. But will she sink or will she swim? What will happen next? What was her plan? Oh, they started eating one another.
I want you to get between me and anything that looks like that.
Fair enough. Let's go. There wasn't any guns we could have equipped this thing with. Oh. Oh shit, he's stuck. Coop, just run. Oh. Damn. Woo! Oh, that was close. Oh God, got the attention of the other ones finally. But it got him to the door. That's as far as he needed to go. Oh! Uh-oh, he breached the loading screen. The gates are open. Oh, guys, you might want to get the fuck out of here. Who knows? Maybe his path he might just reset. It might not be able to walk out there. Oh, look where we are. Yo.
The only way to save our family is to save the world. That's simple.
That's simple.
Oh my God, this is happening both at the same time. Wow.
Mr. President.
Oh shit, yo! Is that her? What the fuck?
Oh, Dinah.
Yeah, what? Oh, everything's starting to boot back up. Yo! Yo, let's go. God, the game, it's like the game continues. I can only imagine a couple of different things right now. God, it's literally war never changes. Like, it's just this cycle continues yet again in another form, in another way. My obviously it's the corporations and all this kind of stuff that are the forefront of a lot of these other things, and you have the outsiders, which are House and the Enclave, and obviously Barb knows about the other side of this, the other people at the top orchestrating all of this. Michael Emerson coming down from his angle, coming down, and we know who he's associated with. And this congresswoman who's been floated around this entire time and is now orchestrated getting cold fusion to the president. Again, the government, the U.S. government. It's a chess game. Did Barb know that when this got proposed, that it was just going to end up where it was going to end up? It was inevitable and just played along? Or that might be assuming she knows more, or as much as we know right now, more than what we've seen so far. She might have believed that this might have been possible, even if, or just placated Cooper knowing that it would have been fruitless. But cold fusion in the future wound up right back with Robert House. And even if physically we don't know, they haven't confirmed or denied his fate up until this point, but this digitized version of himself is now awakened, powered by this. And I think that's why Cooper's like, in order to get her back, we're going to have to first give it to somebody much, much worse. At first I thought he was either talking about himself or he was talking about Hank. But no, he gave it to House and brought him online. And we found out that Congresswoman's head is the thing that is programming everything that's plugged up to this mainframe that is still almost God. Just that's what's programming everything. So now I'm wondering who, like, because Robert House, he showed up at Vault-Tec and he was selling his automated chips, the human automated things, the things we've been seeing Hank use on everybody. He sold that to Vault-Tec in exchange for cold fusion, which never made it into his hands. But they clearly had his tech, and Hank was able to refine it. So now my question is, when Hank got here and made that call, I think myself, and I think a lot of other people, I'm not really sure about the most consensus, like what everybody was thinking about it, but at that time, but I know I was presuming maybe he had been working for Robert House in secret the entire time. But what if it was the president? What if it was her? What if it was the Enclave that he was reporting to? I mean, since Vault-Tec was basically just an arm and an extension of that anyway, as we've learned. One of many little projects guiding all of this, especially with the FEV, with the death claws we saw used pre-war, this mind control tech, the tech that was being tested on those people to try to convert them into communists. You know, all these different things are kind of falling into place. And then it just goes to show that no matter who they gave it to, it was just like handing it. There was like no winning. There was like no right choice when Cooper was trying to figure it out, which goes back to what they were saying is like, it's going to happen. It is inevitable. However, whatever, you know, I just, oh God, I don't know what to expect with all this right now, man. But, you know, Lucy, through the veil of all of this right now, started to almost entertain the idea of what her father was selling. You know, because on the surface, it does look like he has quelled the temperaments of these people who have been fighting in the waste all this time and doing these terrible, heinous things. And he sold it to her as if it goes in and it picks out the terrible stuff. And it gives them new ideas, good ideas. And those come from the mainframe. They come from this fucking brain that is plugged to this head that is plugged up to these machines. And that's the source of it all. And then you have the truth of it come out, which is what we saw as the audience when he was talking to the snake oil salesman. He was like, how would you like to just forget everything? And that's what it did. It gave them, it's not who they were. They don't remember anything past their activation. They're clean blank slates, wiped clean of their entire life, their personality and everything, and made into this amalgam of what they want a good person to be. The proper Vault Tech employee or whatever, the ideal worker ant, essentially. And I think that's inevitably part of the project with what's going on in the vaults, which we're still trying to uncover as we circle back with Norm. Whatever's going on over there is with the FEV, the Force Evolutionary Virus, and that's going to be, I presume, the goal in the second phase of that is to engineer that into all of them to make a super race, to survive the waste, to dominate the wastes, and whatever. But I don't know. But at the end of the day, she saw through it and saw for what it was, and it's like I was talking about. It's like, sure, yes, they're not killing each other anymore, but they're also not themselves at all anymore. You know, at what point there's no autonomy, there's no free will, there's no none of it. It's just like the same evil in a different coat of paint. It's just nice and it's clean, but it's a different level of, it's a different kind of slavery. It's eradication of humanity, of free will and all this, and she saw through it. Just as the cusp when she just questioned everything. Is like, one thing you really kind of messed up, you know, I made it through this world because you made sure I wasn't dumb. You made sure I was smart. You made sure I studied, I learned, I was inquisitive, and she was able to use all those skills he gave her early on to see through his own ruse, his own game. And I like how that also equates back to Coop, who sees himself in Lucy, and now he sees himself in Maximus. These things that make him smile, remind him of him before he lost all hope in the world. You know, it's rekindled through these two, and when he's like, I could see why you gravitate towards one another. You ask just as many questions, you know, and bringing back these icons, you know, having him don this NCR power armor, you know, because he was rescued by the Brotherhood, who came through the remnants and dug him out of the filth of the destruction of Shady Sands. But he was from Shady Sands. He was from the NCR. And the Brotherhood was not this savior that he thought it to be, at least his idea of that. And now he's found a way to be this soldier, but for the home he lost all those years ago. And then walking through New Vegas kind of got to be that for someone else. And I love that brand recognition joke, because it is bringing that to the forefront, because people here, especially here, recognize the NCR, that name, the logo, that look, that specific power armor look. And then, yeah, came in here to give them their land back and kick out these death claws that have taken it over. But now the gate's torn down. We took one out, even though that one had also taken another out. There's still two that we know of that are roaming about, but now that gate's down, and you know, he's still got to deal with those, or they're going to go start maiming through all these people in here. And then Thaddeus, his arm just rotted off. Just fell off before they got in. He was supposed to be perched up their sniper, and then he can't even hold a gun now. Yeah, he's got a different kind of bug. I don't know what he's got. Sure, like ghouls, their flesh, it melts, it rots, it does all this stuff. It's never really fallen off. Not like that. Not that I've seen in any of the games or this. there's something else going on with him. He got a wholly different kind of concoction. So I don't know what's going on there, especially like, I think they were definitely playing it up now because like, yeah, we're just two ghouls. We're ghoul guys. I'm talking about ghoul stuff. You know, when should I expect my nose to fall off? Just come on, man, just already fall off. I think that just because he thinks he is, but I don't think he is. And I think they keep pointing it out, and I just think it's a little too obvious or on the nose. Something else is amiss there. Hey guys, editing Omni here real quick. I want to chime back in on this point because I've been giving it some thought since, going through the episode again. And I think the arm falling off most certainly is a clue to what is happening to Thaddeus. And I think I know what's happening now. I think, and you can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong or posit your own counter theories. I'd love that. But right now, I think he's becoming a centaur between the arm falling off and the weird mouth thing that's appeared on his neck. I think that's what's happening to him. I don't think he's ghoulifying. I don't think he's super mutating. I think he's going to turn into a freaking centaur. And if that's the case, poor Thaddeus, dude. We'll have to wait and find out, though. Talking about like these little songs and dances, I'm almost wondering if this whole thing has been some kind of puppeteering of Cooper in the past with this Congresswoman. Her being in Vegas when he's in Vegas, her being at the thing with his friend when he was there for that as well. You know, her act could be, her like bumbling goody two-shoes thing could be an act to draw him in. I don't know. That might be some tinfoil hat bullshit. But then again, she's like, bring me cold fusion. I'll get it to the president. You can trust us. We're talking about this other player, and then he hands it over to them. And again, like I said before, we know it ends up with the Enclave one way or the other. They clearly never exchange it to Robert House. Otherwise, he wouldn't have had to done what he did. And then you have this whole thing with Steph, man. Came crashing down. Opened up this episode with her backstory. Her and her mother trying to escape a Canadian internment camp. Her mother didn't make it. She ran for the border, like her mother's words, is just survive. And by any means necessary, don't look at them as people. They're only Americans. And she's had to like blend in, find a way to survive. She's made her way into Vault-Tec, into the vaults themselves. She's been able to weasel her way through all of this different stuff and survive all of this, and is also just operating outside of all of this as well. And it's just, again, what is her end goal? She wants this stuff that Hank has in his keepsake box, but why and what is in there? Why does she want it? What game is she playing? Well, like, what is her long con versus just surviving? Or is it just purely to unravel everything that belongs to the people that basically took her entire life away? Like, is this all building up towards some grand vengeance? And in that case, that would put her at odds, I would assume then, of the Enclave, unless she knows about Hank's involvement or attachment to them versus Robert House. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm like, I've got so many like balls up in the air in my head as far as like where I could see some of these different plot threads going. And I'm not fully committed to one thing or the other. And it goes back to like, don't look at these people as people, which is why it's just like, hey, I need that case. I need that thing from Hank. I'll give you 50% of the water, but I'm not making any promises. I'll give you the water because that's my word. I agreed upon that. Peace, surviving, that's not part of the bargain. I didn't say shit about that. And like the way that she continues to view everybody else as expendable or not people is in the way that she made off with Woody and did whatever she did. Chet, though, exposed her after finding her ID, revealing that she's Canadian to everybody. The disgust in everybody's voices when they learned that as well. And now she's on the run within her own vault. I don't know. I'm so curious what the final episode is going to bring for us. What is it going to reveal? Where is it going to leave us? I did get some, I know, like I had asked this previously in a previous episode about like what's the runway for this? Like what's the plan for this season wise? And some people said it's the current roadmap is for 4 or 5 seasons. And with the whole thing with FEV, which we're certainly not going to get a payoff for that this season. Not really. I think that's going to be a thread that definitely carries on. The stuff with 31, 32, and 33 for sure. I think that's going to be something that's long game. And then now we have this storyline between the Enclave and Robert House now continuing to play this game in the present day yet again. And then we have the super mutants rallying against, rising up and building an army to go find and destroy the Enclave for doing what they did to them. And now it's just like, we're seeing so many different seeds about, this feels like a season. I mean, that's true of the first season as well. It's like, everything is like, it's a build, it's a build, it's a build. And it's its own chapter in a way for what we're seeing. And it's just uncovering very, very slowly in a fun, intriguing, amazing little puzzle box of mystery. And I can't wait to see all of this, just what it builds up and culminates into, because I'm loving the shit out of this ride. I think this season's been fucking awesome. And the whole bout with the Death Claws was sick as hell. Again, after they couldn't find one gun in there for the power armor. But it worked out. It worked out. They did some damage. He took out one of them at least. Still got 2 more to deal with. And now Robert House, or a Robert House, a version, an echo, his mind, his brain, his consciousness, and ones and zeros is back in this world. We'll see what happens next, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what happens next, guys. But that's all I got. I've been rambling, speculating, theorizing all damn day long now. I'm going to pass it off to you. I want to know what you guys think. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If it did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out Lily Chen's son, Kiana Chanel, McGreg, Angela Burr, Calvin Brinley, Sleepy Bastard, Theodore Wolf, and Amy Beckett. Thank you guys so much for becoming saviors here on the channel, helping sponsors support the rescues and take care of here at the office. You guys have been a tremendous help with all of that. Thank you endlessly. And a huge shout out to the channel legends. You and the patrons allow us to do what we do over here. You keep this ship sailing forward. You keep this powered up. You're the cold fusion to this industry that we got built up over here. Thank you guys so much. Huge shout out to you guys here on YouTube, because without y'all, we wouldn't even be here. But that's just for you guys. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.